Welcome back to Barber News, the greatest barbering channel in the world. When a fighter starts their career, they are unstoppable and driven like no other. Or when a musician starts out, they bring out so many good hits. Is this because they are hungry for success? Or is the money making them work harder and harder? Or have they simply peaked and now it's time to get ready for retirement? I feel this is what happened with Babyliss. They really put the effort in at the start, but now the barbering has passed them out, and they will never catch up. But Toad, whatever do you mean? Babyliss had the gold trimmer, and that was a hit. Instead of keeping the standards high, they peaked and fell off. Who's running the company? Did he let the sales get to his head and think it would never end? They had the clippers and trimmers, made them a set and changed the colors a bit to make them look more appealing. And everyone waited for the next big drop. Fail after fail, they let everything flop. Nothing was good enough. Most importantly, nothing was better than what they originally produced. As barbers, were we fools to believe they cared about actual barbers? I mean a Ferrari Clipper. That's not to attract barbers. They care about the everyday person. What do they represent? I will tell you. Just another big company making crazy profit from hardworking barbers. What really humors me is after nearly every new clipper or trimmer flopping, what do? Remodel the same clipper but give you an extra battery. Come on, really? Are we gonna just ignore that this stuff is old and outdated, or do we pretend it's so cool and new and can't wait to pay over the odds for clippers or trimmers we have already had? What's going on? Correct me if I am wrong, but usually once a clipper gets older and they start to produce newer items, the older stuff goes down in price, right? In this case, no. I mean if you're starting off as a barber, or even if you're cutting hair 30 years. How can any company justify charging these prices? I know some of you like to pretend you're rich and act gangster. But for most of us, to pay over $600 for an outdated clipper trimmer and foils is crazy. How are they getting away with this? Why do we let them away with this? Are we embarrassed to say that's too expensive? Has our image gotten the better of us? Or is there just loads of barbers willing to spend any money they have on outdated equipment? This really blows my mind. I need to start a program on barber management. Some of you must be more broke than I imagined. It's not your fault. You just don't know that they have better quality equipment for better prices. We don't need to get ripped off. Some other brands will lower the prices as they bring out newer products, and that's usually how the world works. Imagine Apple charging you the same price for an iPhone 11 or iPhone 15. It's ludicrous. This screams profit before barbers, and that sickens me. How can they justify it? Well, it's simple. They just don't care. Otherwise, they would provide barbers with quality for fair prices. This is another vulture investment brand getting richer off the hardworking barber. If I'm wrong, then explain it. I put myself in the limelight for barbers. I will take the hits so you don't have to. I will call them on what they are doing. It really boils my blood. Oh, sorry I care. My face and videos are shown in every Discord work group all over the world. The industry is so bad I get messages to tell me this stuff daily. So, hello guys, I know you're watching. Let's try cool down with some relaxing cutting. Run the clip. That's the TPOB play. Possibly one of the greatest clippers ever made to date, and the prices are fair and the quality is crazy good. Just see for yourselves at thepissedoffbarber.com. And thank me later. Salon International was on this weekend, and I have a caller online who attended. He wanted to tell me about his experience at it. I am not really familiar with this event, but maybe this caller can give us more insight. Caller 1, you're live on Barber News.
Toad, thank you so much for having me on. I genuinely appreciate this.
Yes, of course. Your view on the hair world always puts a smile on my face. So for the viewers and myself, what exactly is that hair show?
Well, imagine a place full of hairdressers that all hate each other, but put down their swords once a year to get more information on each other. And then you have a couple of deadbeat barbers trying to find a partner who they might have something in common with. It's truly a bizarre setup.
You always make me laugh. But I mean, what is the purpose of this event?
Every year there's this hair show, the kind of place where people in the industry gather like vultures circling a carcass. It's mostly hairdressers looking to spy on other hairdressers, see who's doing what, maybe steal a few ideas. And then you've got the big hair companies there too, trying to offload all the junk they can't sell anywhere else. The show's a dumping ground for products no one really wants, but they're hyped up like the next big thing. You also get this weird crowd of barbers, guys who frankly aren't respected in barbering at all. They show up here to feel important because, let's face it, nowhere else gives them the time of day. It's like they think rubbing shoulders with these hairdressers will give them some sort of legitimacy, but you can tell most of them don't even belong. There's always this rumor floating around that the top brass of the big-name salons sneak off to a secret room during the show. Apparently they sit around and decide which staff to fire and who should get a pay rise. It's not based on skill, though. It's more about who can suck up to the boss the best. Whoever's willing to do the most humiliating thing tends to come out on top. One year, I saw something I'll never forget. This apprentice walking around on all fours, barking like a dog while blow-drying someone's hair. It was disgusting, humiliating. A grown person reduced to that just for a shot at some recognition. Honestly, the whole scene is full of horrible people. Backstabbing, ego trips, and desperation wrapped up in fake smiles. It's the worst kind of place, and every year I wonder why I even bother showing up.
That's absolutely crazy. Why do you keep going?
I'll be honest. The reason I keep going back is because I'm nosy. I love to see who's gotten more Botox and who looks older, and what staff have moved, and I'll always find out why. Once the drinks are flowing, these people will give you their bloody bank details if you asked.
You really are a character. Please do check in with any gossip. Before you go, I was talking about Babyliss not being able to release any good new products, so they got an older product and just added an extra battery with it. Do you have any input on it?
Let me tell you about Babyliss. To me, they were always that cheap brand you'd pick up when you needed a quick fix. They had tons of hairdryers on the market, but none of them ever lasted more than a few months. You'd buy one, and before you knew it, you were back looking for another. They weren't exactly known for quality, just cheap and disposable. They got lucky with that gold trimmer, though. That thing blew up, and suddenly, everyone was acting like Babyliss had always been this elite brand. But honestly, apart from that one hit, they've brought nothing to barbering. It was just a fluke. They haven't revolutionized anything. Then they went and sponsored this barber girl with tattoos, trying to make her the face of their brand. She bought into the hype, acting like she was some kind of celebrity. But at the end of the day, she's just a basic barber who ruined her reputation trying to live like a star. People saw right through it. And honestly, anyone who's still holding a clipper should know their place. You're a barber, and that's fine. But don't get it twisted thinking you're above anyone else. We're all in the same game, and no amount of sponsorship deals or flashy trimmers changes that.
I need to get you on more often. I didn't think you knew so much. I know it's your opinion and you're fully entitled to it. But you're a clever man. I don't want to give you an ego. You might end up signing with Babyliss and stop speaking to me then.
Oh, ha ha ha, you're a funny man, Toad. Let's catch up for a drink soon. Thanks for having me on.
What a nice man. He has been in the barbering world for a long, long time. I have the most amazing respect for him. Okay, that's it from me today. I'm gonna check out the latest on the Pissed Off Barber's Instagram reel. I heard it's a crazy one. If you liked today's episode, please hit the like and subscribe. I am out. Peace.